One thing that really helps when you are self-employed is hating authority. This is probably fairly obvious, but a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of self-employed individuals really don't like having a manager or boss. They really don't like the idea of somebody else dictating what they do with their time, attention, and energy. So if that's how you feel, you have a better shot at being self-employed. Now, the reason that's so important is obviously that you're going to run into situations when you're working for yourself where you get kind of fed up. You're either burnt out, maybe you're feeling a little lazy, maybe you're not quite getting what you need to done, or the mother of all entrepreneurial challenges, you just don't really know what you should be doing. That's the biggest part of being self-employed, is you have to make all the decisions. So really what you got to think about here is when you get to that moment when you're fed up and you're burnt out and you're frustrated and you're not driving the results you want, maybe you're even struggling financially, are you going to keep going? And a lot of times it's the people who think of getting a job and working for somebody else and feel terrible about that, they want to pull their hair out at the thought, that will keep going, right? So when we can look at the alternative and the alternative still feels worse, even though we're in a bad spot, that's going to keep us motivated and moving forward. And a lot of times the real thing that makes you successful when you're self-employed is just continuing to move forward, never giving up. So that means that this is not for everyone. Obviously, not all of us have that innate self-motivation. It doesn't mean that if you do like having a boss, you cannot be self-employed. But when it gets tough, are you going to think, hey, that job looks pretty appealing and go take it? Or are you going to think, you know what, never again, and keep pushing forward? So that is one thing that will give you an advantage as a self-employed person, is if you hate the idea of working for somebody else.